Hey everyone, Thomas from masteringexplained.com here. I have been working as a mastering engineer for 20 years and I've been teaching mastering for 10 years. And I know that if we want to learn mastering, then it's great to start with an overview. And that's what we'll do in this video. Mastering has three primary goals. The first goal is to create the final masters that we will use for replication and distribution. The second goal is quality control. That is, we need to make sure that the master is free from noises, clicks, dropouts, and other things that shouldn't be there. And the third goal is to improve the sound of the mixes. The first goal is the easy one. There are just a few different master formats that we need to deliver while mastering, and if we have the tools and know how to use them, then it's not that difficult. It's important to get it right, but it's not that difficult to learn. The second goal is a bit trickier. Quality control requires some kind of skill. We need to train our hearing to recognize things that shouldn't be in the master, like clicks and pops and dropouts and whatever it can be. And sometimes it's an easy fix. We can do it while mastering. We remove some clicks that shouldn't be there. Other times we need to inform the mixing engineer that there are some things that needs to be addressed already in the mix. But it's our job as mastering engineers to recognize these things and to know what to do about them. The big one is, of course, goal number 3, to improve the sound of the mixes. And this is what most people think about when they talk about mastering. Because during mastering, we often make stuff sound better, louder, brighter, have more clarity, more punch, more engaging, whatever it can be. And the client expects a great sounding master, and that's what we're aiming for to deliver. So what is this great sound then? Well, this is where things begin to get really interesting, because this is where the real challenges lies when it comes to becoming a mastering engineer. Because technically, mastering is a quite simple process. We receive stereo mixes, we do some processing, we edit them, export master files, and do quality control on these, and then we deliver to the client. It's a quite simple process, much simpler than, for example, mixing or recording. What really sets a great mastering engineer apart from the rest of the world is his or her ability to know what great sound sounds like. To hear a mix and almost immediately know what needs to be done and how to do it. When you're able to hear what the finished master sound like already when you hear the raw mix. And this isn't about hi-fi or recording quality or any technical aspects of the recording. This is more about removing layers between the performer and the listener. And when the music seems to flow effortlessly from the artist, from the performer to the listener, then the recording has a great sound, no matter how it actually sounds, or if it's hi-fi or lo-fi or whatever it is. And in some cases, the mix already sounds great, and mastering is mostly about getting out of the way. Then we focus on creating the masters and doing quality control to make sure that everything is in order. Other times it can take a lot more work to get the recordings to sound great. And in most cases, the clients expect the master to sound better than the mix. And some clients want the master to sound a lot different than the mix. Others just want a slight sort of touch-up to the mix. And there are also clients who want nothing at all to be done to the mixes. The master should sound exactly like the mixes, but with the songs in the right order and maybe some level tweaks between the songs. And so there are all kinds of expectations from mastering. And as mastering engineers, we need to find the right balance for each project. We need experience and communication and a bit of mind reading to get it right. So what happens during mastering? Well, a typical project begins with receiving the mixes as stereo audio files along with the song order, the track order, song titles and other information. And usually there has been some discussion beforehand with the client where we discuss what kind of expectations there is for the mastering. Then we load all the mixes into our digital audio workstation in the correct running order and start listening. Then we process each mix to sound as good as possible, and we use mostly equalization, compression and limiting. And the songs should fit with each other without the need for the listener to adjust the volume or thinking that some songs are boomy and some are thin and so on. We need to make a sort of cohesive album. And each song should sound great in itself as well as together with the other songs on the record. The record itself should also sound great overall compared to other music in the same genre. Mastering is a lot about having a holistic view of the material. We make both detailed changes as well as more general changes to the sound, and we try to keep both the individual songs in mind as well as we keep the whole album in mind, as well as we keep the rest of the world in mind, all at the same time. And after we have done all the processing, we edit each song at the start and end to remove anything that shouldn't be there and to make everything flow smoothly between each song on the album. We tweak the pauses between the songs and then we enter all the titles, the ISRC codes and other metadata. And then we export the master files and we listen through everything from start to finish. That's the quality control part of the process. And then we deliver the files to the client so that the client can listen and approve the mastering. So that's a short introduction to the world of mastering. We hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, just leave a comment and we'll do our best to answer. And if you like the video, please hit like and subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.